All right, fellas, we're back for another one. It's been a little while. I'm kidding. It's probably been like a week, so we're back on our regular plan here. But we got a special episode coming up. We're going to be interviewing Finn Hogan from the Bowling Green State football team.
What are you doing, editing?
Hey,
what's up, Mr. Murph?
Timmy boy.
What up? What's up, Mr. Murphy?
No, we're on it right now.
You doing a little editing?
Shout out, Mr. Murph. But
go ahead,
anyways, we're interviewing Finn Hogan from the Bowling Green State football team. You guys probably saw about 4 weeks ago he was number one on the SportCenter top 10 plays, unreal catch against Georgia Tech. So we're gonna get into a good conversation with him. We got a good one coming up. Talk to him about everything. Kid's an unreal athlete. He grew up with one of our buddies, Duke Anger. Shout out DA. He grew up at Glen Lake High School.
DAP.
Yes.
Like same high school?
Glen
Yes.
Lake.
But a few housekeeping items to touch on. We got what's going on? Oh, I hit on the World Series prediction. Rangers in 5. World Series is over. Texas Rangers.
You did.
In 5. First ever World Series victory. Congratulatory to the Rangers there.
Yeah, it was
Ag picked
perfectly
them as
on.
well. The other two picked the D-backs. Shocking pick, but I mean, anything could happen.
D-backs sold me out. First game, I was like, all right.
I don't know
Real
fucking
6 games.
baseball, bro.
Dixon's connection
watched
here for
one
all the
game.
listeners and all the watchers a little bit behind, so hopefully we get on a good path here with Dixon going good, but we'll figure it out. Ag has hit 8 straight locks of the week, so again, you got to follow us on Instagram, all social media, but
Damn.
Instagram, we're giving out the locks of the week, and TikTok. He's hit 8 in a row. Nin has
I'm just saying, mine might be as impressive.
yeah, Nin. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Nin's lost, what is it, 5 in a row, Nin. So he's absolutely freezing cold.
Something like that.
He is still positive in the year somehow. I think probably from a hit that he had earlier in the year. But Dixon.
Yeah, that dude couldn't throw a ball in the water.
Yes, he
off
could not
the
hit
pier.
water if he fell off a boat.
I couldn't pick the underdog, and I couldn't even pick like the favorite by minus 200.
Yeah, see, that's tough. You know you're in a rut when that happens. And then Dixon caught a buck earlier this week. So Dixon, tell us about that.
Did catch one of
That a
them.
boy.
Well, hold on a minute. Let's talk about my betting record here. I've hit 5 straight. Okay, I started off a little cold, but I'm hot now. Ag and I are solely handing this whatever you want to call it. I don't fucking know. I've hit 5 straight. That's all I care about.
We're giving away money.
5 straight for Dixon.
Into the buck.
Yes. And he caught a buck.
You stole this buck from Uncle E?
Caught a buck. He stole it right off my property. My dad's property.
Yeah, Egg thinks everything's his. Egg
was
thinks
a
every
job well
buck
done.
out there is
He
his.
made a good shot.
Egg was mad that I shot.
Were
him.
you mad, Egg? Were you?
Yeah, very mad. No, I've shot.
Yeah, you're
plentiful
good.
bucks,
You can
so
take a
I'm
back
glad.
seat the rest
I
of
was
the life.
hoping Egg would be. I was hoping Egg would be jumping up and down with me, and he wasn't.
He wasn't? What'd he say? Better
He said I
shot
thought
next
it'd be
time,
bigger.
Dixon? Oh, little Dixon caught a buck.
He said I thought it would be bigger.
No, he did not.
He walked up to it and he's
would
like,
be a bigger one.
he
When,
walked
when, we,
up.
when we saw that one walking through the woods, we thought it was wider than it was. It was, what did we say it was, like 15 or something?
15 what?
Yeah.
Inches wide?
Yeah, 15 inches inside spread. We thought it was a little wider than that, but it's still
Yeah.
good when it was pretty tall.
And it was a 10
wasn't tall.
piece.
Threes on it were pretty good.
So that's a good hit. That's a good hit, Dixon.
Yep.
Congrats, buddy.
Yeah, it was a good kill. Yeah.
Very good. All right.
I'd love to talk on this more, but I'm like 4 minutes behind with the lag, so I have no
Yes.
idea if I'm talking ahead of people. So
We'll have better-
just keep going with this fucking episode because I'll chime in here and there.
It's really not too bad right now, Dixon.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not too bad, but we'll get
What?
we'll get better Wi-Fi moving forward. All right, let's welcome in Finn Hogan from Bowling Green State, wide receiver number 11.
Go.
Shout out to BAI, BAI,
I'll
antioxidant
send him
infusion.
right now.
Dixon, I know that you've had one
Hey,
of these before.
do we have trivia questions to ask while he's on
so
tip?
BAI?
Damn.
You're probably
Fantastic.
You're probably not listening to this or watching, but this is our proposal, I guess, to you to start watching or listening. We're drinking your drinks. They're very good. To let all the listeners and watchers know, it's a healthy drink. I'm drinking the Brasilia Blueberry by Antioxidant Infusion
Bye.
Brasilia Blueberry drink. BAI for all the listeners who can't see. Give him a try.
You guys hear me or no?
What up?
Oh, I can hear that lag.
Alright, bet. Let me know
yeah,
if
we
this
can.
works.
You boys
or-
see him?
Yeah, I can see him.
Oh yeah.
Finn,
Yeah, I got him.
I'm good.
How's it going?
what's going on, brother?
Not much. I'm eating some ice cream right now, so I'm just chilling.
That a boy.
What flavor?
Yes, sir. Mint chocolate chip. I feel like I haven't had it. In
Ah,
like
the best
years,
flavor.
So I was like,
Oh,
That's the best
MCC. Is that the
flavor
best
right there.
flavor?
To me, it is.
really? That's the go-to?
Yeah, lock it in for sure.
I respect that. I respect that.
All right, Finn. Hey,
No doubt.
hey, we appreciate you coming on,
Hey,
brother.
yeah, go ahead.
For sure. Love it. You guys
welcome.
good friends with Duke?
Yeah, we know him pretty good.
Yes, sir. Hey, I was
It's like,
gonna bring that up. You you grew up with Duke, right?
yeah, Duke's pretty much like my older brother. His dad was my high school football coach, and they pretty much lived like 100 yards down the road from us. So that's literally like, yeah, I pretty much grew up with the kid. So yeah, that's my older brother.
That's money, bro. That's
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, he was telling. I'm talking to him all the time, and he's like, yeah, you boys are. Or I was telling him that you're coming on. And he's like, yeah, that kid's my younger brother.
Yeah,
So that's cool. That's cool that you were saying the same thing. So, first of all, congrats on the big win last night.
appreciate it.
Huge
Appreciate
dub
it.
for you boys. One win away from being bowl eligible.
Yes, sir.
That's
Needed
big
that.
time.
Yeah.
That's big time. Big one next week against Kent State, eh?
Yep. We'll be going down there on Wednesday, so another little action game and whatnot. But if we play the way we're capable of, we should be just fine. So hopefully it works out.
No
What's
doubt.
Penn State's record?
1-8,
Ooh, are they?
I think. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
They've had a rough
Good
go
job
at it
done,
this
man.
year, but
Oof.
we
Oh,
should be
boy.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right. You grew up in Maple City, Michigan. I did a little background check here. Maple
Yeah.
City, Michigan. Went to Glen Lake High School. Tell us a bit more about your childhood growing up, and everything about like what other sports you played. Was football like the go-to, and just tell us a bit more about your childhood.
Yeah, no, I mean, Maple City, Glen Lake, if anybody really knows much about it, it's kind of up by Traverse City area. It's a super small town. I think my graduating class was like 55-ish, and that's like considerably big for the school. So, yeah, it just wasn't, it's not like a big college athlete place or anything like that. So, I mean, growing up, obviously, like all kids, you want to go play on TV and stuff like that. That was always the dream. But I want to play college basketball originally. So I wanted to do that. I was kind of playing like AAU and stuff like that. And I got dunked on a couple times, and I was like, all right, maybe this isn't for me. So I ended up doing football and everything like that. I kind of decided my junior year I was going to try, and I had a good year, and I was going to do that. And then COVID hit, so that kind of put a damper on things. Like I've never been to like a football camp before in my life or like anything like that. So it was more of just like a reach out, kind of send your film and be like, hey, like please be willing to take a shot on me kind of thing. So which is tough, in the recruiting aspect and everything like that when, they've seen other people already. So it was just tough from that aspect, but I had great help around me. Duke's dad, Coach Angers, he pretty much like raised like my second father since I was like in second grade or whatever. So he helped me out a ton, reaching out to coaches and stuff like that. I had a couple like Division II offers coming out of high school. But then he was able to get me the preferred walk-on going to Central and stuff like that. So he really set that up for me. So I mean, Duke and him, I wouldn't be here without those guys for sure. So
That's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about the recruiting process, right? So he was telling me that you were an absolute stud in high school, and I was wondering. Obviously, a lot of kids in Michigan high schools go to MAC schools. Honestly, like a lot of kids go to Eastern, Western, Central,
Yeah.
Bowling Green's cool to see. But so you went to Central right away. What other offers did you have coming out of high school?
I had Northwood, Division II,
Yep.
and then I had Northern Michigan.
Yep.
Those were my 2 Division II offers, and then I talked to Saginaw a little bit, and then GV and stuff like that, but they never gave me anything like that. And then of course I had the D3 offers as well, but that was it really. And I think I was gonna commit to Northwood, and then Coach Angels was like, "Hey, I'm talking to Central right now. They might be able to get something for you worked out over there." So I was like, "Okay." So we kind of put it off a little late. So I missed the original signing day, and
Okay.
waited for that. They gave me the preferred walk on, so I signed in the late one and whatnot. But yeah, I just ended up, obviously I got some money from the other schools and stuff like that, but we all kind of felt the same way. If I was in a different situation, COVID wasn't a thing, we had some eyes actually get on us that we would, have different opportunities. So we decided, bet on yourself kind of thing, and it's paid off so far. So
Sure.
No doubt. That's sweet. How was your
That's
time at Central Michigan? Tell us more about being a Chip, and what did you do? 1 year or 2 years there before you transferred?
I was 2 years there. So walked on. It was a kind of a crazy experience. I love the guys there. I mean, those guys will be at my wedding. We have great relationships and stuff like that. I walked on originally, and guys like Khalil Pimpleton, who plays for the Giants now.
Oh, yeah.
Ja'Cory Sullivan. Those guys kind of took me under their wing right away. And they spoke up for me. They went to Coach Mack, and they were like, "Hey, this kid actually is pretty good. We should give him an opportunity, try to give him a shot, see what he can do." So I came in. I think I was a 5th string, 4th string, when I first got there in June. And by the end of the summer workouts and stuff like that, I was 3rd string. And then 2 days into fall camp, I got moved to 2nd string.
Okay.
So it was kind of and I just turned 18. I'm a young kid for my class. So I was 17 when I first got there, just turned 18. And then camp kind of went crazy. And the next thing you know, they were like, "Hey, you're going to be the first sub in, you're going to be playing against Missouri week 1." So it was kind of a crazy experience. Yeah. So my quarterback now at Bowling Green was the starting quarterback at Missouri when I played them my freshman year.
No way.
So yeah. So I ended up getting in. I played a bunch in the first game and stuff like that, and then broke my collarbone.
Damn.
Mid-3rd quarter. So yeah, I ended up missing 9 weeks of my freshman year. And played the last 3 games and played in the bowl game and whatnot. But I ended up redshirting anyways. And then ended up starting 9 games last year and stuff like that. Made some plays. We didn't have a great year as a team, which was tough and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it just came down to money at a certain extent. They just kept saying there wasn't, scholarships available, things of that
At
nature.
CMU,
So
you're saying?
I think, it came down to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at Central. So, I mean, after that freshman year, that spring, I had a really good spring ball. I was the number 1 kid. I was like, "Hey, is there any chances money available?" And they just kept saying that there wasn't anything available and stuff like that, which is tough because you'll check Twitter and you'll be like, "Oh, this kid got another offer." Where's that scholarship at?
Yep.
Kind of thing. So it just got frustrating. To a certain extent, you keep bringing these other guys in and stuff like that. So yeah, me and my family just came to a decision that was we've done enough here to the point where we think that other places would be willing to give us money, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
after this past spring ball, we decided to, make the decision to jump out and check out.
Was there any other
No
colleges
doubt.
or
No doubt
universities
about
that you were
that.
thinking about transferring to?
Yeah, so I mean, I was really in the portal's scary. It's literally you put your name in, and then you don't even know you're in until all of a sudden your phone just starts going off like crazy. Your name gets sent out, and all the coaches can see it. So the first night, it's hard to also get a gauge because they're talking to 100 kids, right? They're trying to figure out who they're going to get as well. So you get reached out. I had Cal text me right away, San Diego State, some other big schools and stuff like that. So I got offers from Bowling Green called me right away. I got an offer from there, and this was my second visit. I went to South Dakota State. who won the national championship of the FCS Division One.
Yep.
So I took a visit out there, and then came down here to see Coach Leffler and them and stuff like that. And I think I ended up committing here like after being a week in the portal. So like I wasn't even there very long. Yeah, I was just like full ride scholarship. I'm a jump.
Is that
on
basically
that
what
one.
it came down
yeah,
to?
It was quick.
Amount of money you
like
got,
that.
and you're just like, "Yep, that's what we're doing."
I mean, money too, but also like I kind of mentioned before, like Central, like the coaching staff. Like I had some great coaches when I first got there. My OC was amazing. Coach Barbe, he's OC at Mississippi State right now. My receiver coach, Coach Slaughter, was a great guy as well. Like he's the one who gave me, the opportunity in the first place to go out there and play as a true freshman and stuff like that. So those guys ended up leaving after that year, and they brought in some other guys and stuff like that. And it was just, I just didn't connect with them on the same level, if that makes sense and stuff like that. So I think another thing, like when I transferred, was just finding somewhere that I felt like I could really like see myself, if that makes sense, and like a coaching staff where I want to be around you guys all the time. I think Bowling Green definitely has like one of the best group of like coaches and stuff like that you'll find in college football right now.
That's perfect, bro. That's actually something I've always wondered, right? So like you enter the portal and then what? So you're saying you enter the portal and like right away coaches were just firing, like lighting you up with emails and texts and everything, or what?
Yeah, so like your name goes, like you enter the portal and they'll be like, all right, like you're like everybody signed off on it, like it's gonna go off in like 24 to 48 hours. So you're kind of just waiting. Like you don't get like a notification where it's like, all right, you're in the portal. Like you're just kind of waiting, and then all of a sudden like people will just start hitting you up and stuff like that. And you're like, all right.
Really?
Because there's like a program where like your name gets sent out into it, and all like the college coaches can see it and stuff like that. So once your name gets put out, they can hit you up with your contact information, everything's in there. So they just start firing away, and then you're like, all right, I'm in. So that's kind of how you figure it out. Yeah, the first like 48 hours is wild. You don't even know what's going on.
Got you.
Yeah.
Cool. So
I'm just saying, Connie, it's definitely not like
probably not.
The portal is definitely not like that.
Yeah,
no.
I'm sure it's much different.
It is for sure.
You'd be like Chuck DeLong sitting in it for like half a year.
Hey Finn, so this is your second year at BG, correct?
First year. I just got here.
First year.
Yeah, 5-ish months ago.
Okay, so I was reading up, and first catch as a Falcon was at the Big House, right?
Yes, sir.
That's sick.
Yes.
How was that? That had to be
cool.
unreal, right?
It was
cool. Was that week 2?
3. Week
3?
Yeah.
Week 3, first catch of the Big House in Michigan Stadium in front of 110+ thousand fans. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, growing up in Michigan, being a Michigan fan, right? Like that's like the pinnacle of college football. It's like the pinnacle of sports. I don't think there's a stadium in America that holds more people. So, I mean, and they introduced like their new light system, I guess. Like they had put in brand new like strobe lights. So like we walk out and I'm like, all right, like, obviously there's a lot of people. Like my like last year I played against Penn State at Penn State. So like that was like there's a lot of people for that one, but like so we walk out for this one. I'm like, all right, like it's cool. And then like the whole stadium just goes blue. Like the lights cut off and everything went blue, and like Desmond Howard came up on the big screen. I was like, "Damn, this is tough! Like I can't. Like this is so sick." So yeah, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like some kids got some pictures, and it's like I have like this cool video, and it's like of like my name on the back of my jersey. I'm like walking out, and the lights are like strobing blue and stuff like that, and you can just see my last name or whatever, which is sweet. But yeah, I mean. To have like your first catch there is unbelievable and stuff like that. And you're sitting there. I'm like walking by. I'm like, oh yeah, what up, JJ McCarthy? Give him knuckles and then walking by. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of like that. So yeah, no, it's a wild experience to actually like be and play in a place where around guys you've watched your entire life, kind of thing. So yeah, it's definitely surreal.
Yeah, that is sick.
That's sick. All right, so let's fast forward 2 weeks then. So week 5, right? So this is unreal. Everybody and their mother saw this catch. Walking. All right, so week 5 at GT. First of all, that's sick. You're playing an ACC team down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And you make this gross catch. Did you just walk us through the play? Did you know in the moment, like I just made one of the greatest catches in college history, or was it like? Were you just in shock, or what happened?
I play wide receiver normally, right? And we had some guys get banged up, so they're like, "Hey, you're going to play like this utility position where like we'll put you like in a 3-point stance." Which I'm like 6'4", but I'm like 215, and I'm like blocking a guy that's like 280. So that doesn't work out. Right. So it was kind of like the whole week was a shit show. Like I was trying to like learn a whole new position kind of thing. Like they were trying to help me out and like, get it so that it, worked for me and whatnot. So the whole week was like really stressful and stuff like that. So I came to the game kind of just bouncing around position wise. And then I had a fumble recovery on like a punt, like to set the drive up or whatever. And we got down there and we called Eagles is what the play was. And I just had like an over route or whatever. And I was wide open. Like if like Connor didn't have pressure, he could have just put it right on me and it would have been like, a normal whatever, like touchdown catch. But like they brought like 6 on pressure and we didn't have enough guys to pick it up. So Connor had like 3 guys in his face and just kind of faded away and threw one up. And I don't know, I just kind of looked up. It's like I can't even like remember it half the time. I just like kind of put my arm back and then like hit the ground. And
Shit,
I was
caught
like,
it.
oh my God, like that's the balls in my hand. I was like, holy cow. Yeah, I like got up. I had my first touchdown catch was a Penn State one-hander against Penn State. I had a one-handed catch. And like my celebration, I just ran to a camera and like flat, like it was stupid. So I was like, shit. So I like jumped up. I kind of like tossed the ball behind
You needed
me.
to make up for the first
crossed
one.
my arms and like the security. Yeah, the security guard was like going nuts right there, so I like
That's
dapped
sick.
up the
No way.
Unreal.
Yeah, it was real. Then we got to the sideline, and like everybody's like dapping me up and stuff like that, and then everybody's like, "Yo, like where's all this blood coming from?" I'd like slit my elbow open when I hit the ground on the catch.
No.
I got like 8 stitches at halftime during the game,
What?
and then just wrapped it up, and then we played the
Damn.
second half.
And he came out with a
what were you guys
victory.
playing? Was it
Yep,
turf
I had
or
another,
normal
like
grass?
80 yards in the second half. Dude, that turf was some of the
turf?
worst. I'm gonna be honest, some of the worst turf I've ever played on in my life. I slipped on
GT?
one route. Yes, it was like I thought it was like speed turf, but it was like so packed down. Like people during warmups, you'd like cut and you just eat it. Like
So
you'd
I
fall.
take it you're not
Oh,
a big
shit.
fan of turf
Yeah,
either?
so it
Oh,
was
shit.
terrible. I don't know. It depends.
Oh yeah, big debate: turf or grass?
If you can maintain, okay. So I played at LSU and Penn State, and like they do grass at those fields, and like it's like almost turf, if that makes sense. Like it's so pristine grass, like
Yeah.
it's perfect. So if like you have the money to maintain that, for like example, the NFL should be all grass in my opinion. Like
Oh yeah.
like those kind of fields, like there's no reason to not to. But like obviously, like not all schools and college are going to be able to maintain like that kind of grass and stuff like that when it gets ripped up. So for those schools, turf obviously, but I mean NFL wise, I don't see why everybody doesn't go grass.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
I mean,
That's
you
my
see,
debate going on.
yeah, you see
turf
most
or
of the guys in
grass?
the NFL now that are like on podcasts or have their own talk show or whatever. They're all talking about how turf is like basically shit, and everyone just
Yeah.
wants normal grass.
It's a thing. It's a thing. We had a
Yes.
couple I had a receiver here during camp this year, like going down on kickoff, like didn't like plan his leg weird or anything like that. Just kind of got stuck, like when he went to move it and tore everything in his
Yep.
knee. Like it just, yeah.
No way.
That's wild.
All right, so hey,
Shit.
after the catch, is this when? Like what was the reactions after the catch? And like when did you start getting like DMs from everybody and like did like any like big time companies
So,
reach out? And when did you even hit
I kind of
like
like
SportCenter, like
thought
top
Yeah,
10
they,
plays
like,
like the
tag
next
you in it,
day
too.
or what?
catch kind of thing. Like it was just next to my head, and I got silent. Everybody was like, "No, dude! Like it was the most ridiculous freaking thing I've ever seen in my life." So yeah, we get to the sideline, and then so after the game or whatever, we get to the locker room and we do like everything like that, and someone grabs
That's
their
sick.
phone and they pull up the picture online, and they're like, "Dude!" Like the picture starts going around, and whatever. It's like way back here, kind of thing. So we were like, "Oh shit!" And then like I'm checking my phone's like blowing up, so like I'm getting like texts. People are taking screenshots of like the ESPN stuff, like catch of the year kind of thing. It's like popping up. So like my phone's blowing. Like I didn't like get through everything probably till like the mid like
Yeah,
next
that's
week.
insane.
So yeah, it was crazy. And then I woke up in the morning and everybody sent me videos of like number 1 on SportCenter top 10 and stuff like that. So it all kind of came like really fast and stuff like that. And then of course I picked up like a
Jesus.
bunch of more following on stuff and whatnot like that. And I've had some, different people slide in the DMs and things like that. So it's been funny. I've had a couple.
Yeah, that's cool.
Bro, I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about that. Who?
Like, too crazy.
Who have you had?
Yeah,
Tell
there's
us
been
about some
crazy,
some big timers who
verified
hit you up
ones.
post
Name
catch.
calling?
I'll say one. You guys know you guys know who Katie Sigmund is?
Oh shit, yeah, I
She,
do.
like with Nelk and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she slid in. like right after the game and stuff like that. So
That's
yeah,
a decent slide.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, so there's some other ones.
Yeah, check that out.
There's some other ones like that and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it was
I
funny.
need a visual,
It was funny.
so
Yeah, look her up, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
You're at 21K now. When did
I know.
What were you at before the catch?
Well, okay, so I do the whole TikTok thing, right? And with carryover from TikTok, I think I was at like 6,800, something along the lines of that. And then then they do like the verified check thing, right? So like I wasn't verified before the catch. And I was like, all right, like we have a guy that does it. I was like, hey, what are the odds like you could check in with it and stuff like that? And he was like, oh, like I get denied more than like I get accepted, but like I can give it a shot. 3 hours later, he texted me. He's like, yo, check your IG, like keep it on the DL. And I had the check and everything like that.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
That's sick.
So as soon as I had the check, I just started sliding DMs all over the place. It was not good. It was like a 24-hour spree, just sliding and everything. But then I started
Oh shit.
then I started like reposting, which I've never done in the past, but like reposting my TikToks as like Instagram reels.
Yeah.
And so like I picked up like 15K followers in the last like 3 weeks doing it. So
Yeah, bro. That's what I was gonna say. You've had to grow a ton just from doing that. Because I see your posts. Like what? What do you do? Twice a day? Like
yeah, I
3
try to
times
do
a day,
2 a
roughly.
day.
Two a day.
If I can do 2 a day,
Damn.
I'll do like 2 a day on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah,
and there
so
are a
I'm
lot
just
of women
reposting
on
it.
TikTok too.
Yeah, it's literally just like me taking those videos and putting them on another platform.
Yeah, that's sick. So what's your
Yeah, so
plan? Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just it worked out really well and stuff like that. I got a buddy that plays, or I met through social media and stuff like that plays down at Florida Gulf Coast, and he's got like 700K on TikTok, and he was kind of saying like he started doing that like 4 months ago, and he's picked up like 100K or something like ridiculous like that.
That's
so I was
unreal.
like, shoot, yeah. So I was like, I gotta
That is
start
wild.
trying to do that as well, because like growing on Instagram is way harder than growing on other platforms and stuff like that. So I was like, I gotta get on top of that. So
What do you have
yeah, I
on
started doing
TikTok?
that. 160 or something like that. 155.
That's
Yeah.
unreal. That's
Yeah, it's
unreal.
fun.
So what's your plan? What's your plan moving forward? So you got what? 2 years left of eligibility?
2 more, yeah.
2 more, and then like, what's your plan after? Like, obviously, you're gonna try to keep growing socials, right?
Hey,
Yeah, I think obviously football's the main goal.
Okay.
I'm probably put some more weight on in the off season, and we'll be in a good position to get an opportunity to play at the next level. And then also, I got 2 more years left, after this. So the plan is just to keep growing the socials, continue to stay up on top of that kind of thing and just see where that kind of goes. And then, if the football thing obviously doesn't work out, like see where that's at as well and kind of play it from there. That's my plan at the moment.
all right. So Finn, Bowling Green is when I'm driving down 75. I think it's 75 going south anywhere. It's one of my favorite stops. That little exit. How many
good
times a
question.
week do you hit that Chipotle up? That's right by campus. I mean, that is a go-to spot for me when I go down there. That shit is
I'm gonna
fire.
say 3 to
Oh.
4.
Oh, you're there. They know you.
Something like
100%.
That's steep. You
3
need
to
you need
4,
an NIL with that.
Yeah, you do, bro.
Dude, tell me
Somebody
about
get him
it.
an NIL.
This place owes me money.
Bro, do you have any NILs? You
real.
have to.
There you go.
Hook a brother up.
Yeah, I do. So I don't do like the TikTok Creator Fund. I've like found that I've signed up for it in the past, and like my views take a hit if I do that.
really?
So, and it's not the money's not worth it. The money's not
shit.
worth it. So I do like individual partnership kind of things. So I have my best friend from high school who's going to school for sports management. He runs my emails and stuff like that. So. Like he controls all that, so he'll text me if there's like something that like he thinks is worth.
You
like,
got a
wow
manager,
and stuff
bro.
like that.
That's sick.
So yeah, he's my boy. So like I pay him and everything like that through like whatever we make and stuff like that. So I've done stuff with like Be Real, Boost Mobile. I did some
Okay.
stuff with. Different companies like that. I gotta do like a thing with Degree deodorant
So
coming up. So I'll make
Boost
videos for
Mobile.
that, and they'll
Boost
pay me for
Mobile.
that and whatnot.
I was just
So-
gonna say that, bro.
Yeah,
With this
Boost
connection
Mobile.
we got, you gotta hit us up for something with
Yeah,
Boost Mobile, Dixon. We might need that.
yeah,
I know.
And that
Tell me
5G.
about it. I need it too.
I need some help bad. Hey, give me something better than what I got.
or cricket.
Right.
Hey, let me get my last question out of the way, and then I'm not talking the rest of this podcast.
Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, are you gonna say it?
Hello.
Yeah,
all right,
you
you got
good.
me. All right. So you don't have to speak on this if you don't want to, but this whole sign stealing thing that's going on when you were in the
Right.
big house, bro. Was that man on your sideline? Was Mr. Connor Stallions on your sideline? Did you notice him over there?
So he wasn't on my
Okay.
sideline, but I don't know if you guys seen like the pictures circulating around of him
Yeah,
at the Central game against Michigan State. So, like, I mean, the guy in the picture I've never seen in my life in my 2 years there. So I don't know who he was, and all my boys at Central have said already too that like they've never seen that guy in their life, like, even since I've left. So yeah, he's definitely not somebody that we know. I don't know if it's him or whatnot. I can't comment on that, but I don't recognize him as anybody that I've ever seen working at Central, and I can say that my teammates also don't. My old teammates also don't really recognize
So
him
there's
at
a
all.
pretty good probability that could be a
So-
boy right there.
For you guys,
I know
how big of a conversation topic is that right now? Like even for you guys in the locker room or something. Do you guys talk about that much, or is it not really? Is it kind of under the rug now?
I mean, it comes up when we're talking about it, but in retrospect, I mean, sign stealing maybe to this extent, it's pretty, intense and stuff like that. But like, if you're in the middle of a game, I think like 3 weeks ago, Baker Mayfield was talking about like how he was picking up on the signs on like the Panthers and like he knew exactly what they were doing and stuff like that. So like, I mean, it's a thing. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like if I see you do a sign and like I see what you do, then I'm going to know it. Like, I'm not like, you know what I mean? It's just a thing. So, I mean, to this extent, obviously it's like pretty drastic to have like a guy going to other schools and like hiding on the sideline kind of thing. Like that's obviously pretty drastic, but I think sign stealing itself has been a thing in college football forever. At least in the past, 20 years and stuff like that. I know we've had experiences like in the past where we're like, hey, like this team's going to, be paying attention to our stuff. Like we got to make sure like we're on top of it kind of thing. So obviously, yeah, like I said, to this extent of what Michigan's being accused of is obviously a big deal and stuff like that. But sign stealing as a whole, I think, has been around much longer than people realize.
I agree. That's good to know, bro, because I would say the same thing. I mean, I've never played football in my life except for when I was 7, playing for like the Livonia Colts.
Shout out.
But but I would say the same thing, right? Like it's always been a thing. Like you steal signs in baseball too. The Astros just took it the next level to make it cheating, right? But like, guys are stealing signs in every sport.
Yep.
Yeah,
like
I think that's
especially.
a perfect example.
With how it works in college too, bro, they got to move. You guys got to move to.
They need
what
the
NFL
earpieces,
does. Like especially after all this is going on. Yeah, just put it in the.
I don't see a reason
helmet.
to not have it. I don't see a reason to not have the earpiece. It makes it way easier for us too.
I heard they did it. They made the rule
100%.
back in the day because
100%.
some schools couldn't afford it besides like the big Power 5 schools. So they made it illegal to use these earpieces.
Right, maybe,
but
guess.
at this point, these schools make so much money. It's like pennies to them. So
That's true.
No way, bro. That's a lousy excuse. Yeah.
Hooping. We're gonna go back to your hooping. This is what I was gonna talk about. So if you were gonna play college hoops, like where do you think you would have went for hoops? Possibly.
I think if I'd really focused on it and stuff like that, I could have, been to a Division II, maybe like a GLIAC somewhere in there and whatnot. I used to be like smaller and stuff like that, so I was a shooter. And then once I kind of got out of it, I got bigger. So I pretty much spent like my senior and junior year just trying to dunk on kids and stuff like that.
That's
so
sick.
I mean, if I had really like stuck with it and tried to like get better and stuff like that, I'm sure I could have ended up somewhere, D2, D3 kind of thing. But I don't think it would have been anything
kids
crazy.
everywhere.
Got you.
That's all.
I was because you said you were 6'4", and I was only thinking of the Zion video where he's like prime Zion in high school against like some 5'2" kid, just like
windmill on a 5'5" kid.
Video. That's such a sick clip.
My vert's like a 38 too.
Yeah.
So I just be jumping.
All right, sweet, Finn. Hey, brother, thanks for we appreciate you coming on. Great conversation.
Sir.
Good meeting you finally. I'll definitely link up with DA and hopefully we can link up in the future for sure. But good luck next week against Kent State.
Yeah, good luck.
And hopefully you boys make a bowl.
Yeah, we
That'd
need
be sweet.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys got my number and text and whatnot, so feel free to hit me up whenever.
Appreciate
it. No doubt.
Sir.
We'll stay in touch, bro. Thank you.
All right, sounds good, guys. All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, boys. That was Finn Hogan. Beautiful episode. Good kid. Hopefully the Bowling Green Falcons can make a bowl this season. I late last night I was watching the Bowling Green Ball State game and I had to put money on it. I'm ashamed of doing that kind of because it's an action. No, I went Bowling Green money line late when they were tied up 21-21. And they ended up winning it. But all right, let's go one triv question
repertoire,
and then we'll be done.
I like it.
Trivia standings go Ninner is at 98. Dixon's at 83. Exit 79.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Battle for second.
1 point on the board tonight. 1 point on the board tonight, so not much movement.
Bro, I'm never going to get
much
this.
movement going on, but it is a
I'm never going
battle.
to get this right unless you do like a...
It is a battle. First one to answer. Here we go. What does EP stand for in music? Like the album
Epilogue.
EP.
What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody comes out with like an EP album. What does the EP stand
Extra
for?
production. Extra piece.
No, Nin, I thought you would know this, bro.
Extra
This is a
playlist.
good question.
Or you guys are old music heads, bro.
No, it's it's like the name of it. God. Oh.
What? Wait, explain
It's
what
not
it was
an
again?
album, but it's an EP. It's not a mixtape. It's an EP. I'm just trying to get the
Correct.
name
It's
of
an
an EP.
EP.
Oh,
There's also an
shit.
LP, too. There's
It's
also an
a-
LP.
I'll give you an example, right? So like Zach Bryan released his album, his big one, like last month, and then he came out with an EP, like
Extra
Extended
plays.
Extended play.
Extended
Yes,
play.
Egg. There you go. Extended play.
Okay. I knew it was extended something. I
Extended
just
play.
couldn't think of
Good
what
one,
it
E.
possibly the P could be.
Extended play. I had no clue. I had to look that one up for
Yeah,
sure.
that's a little tough.
For sure. Extended play. E. Still in the cellar, but he moves
Come on.
closer to Dixon for
Come
that
on.
2-hole.
That's big for me. I've been cold. I've been really
Dixon,
cold,
wrap.
so it's good.
Yes, you have. Dixon, wrap us up here.
All right. So, good episode. Finn Hogan on. Really enjoyed it. Great guy.
Yeah.
I might sound like a broken record. I think Connie already said this a million times, but follow us on all of our social media. If you can't watch us on YouTube, go listen on all platforms. I'm an Apple guy, so I go on that podcast app. It's there every single week. If not, you can find us on Spotify. What other one can you find us on? Somebody let it go. Somebody let it go.
102.5,
Yes.
98.1.
iHeartRadio,
Wherever you listen to your
95.5,
podcast.
93.7.
ESPN.
We're on. 7 a.m.
99.9.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And the likes help.
Hopefully
Love it.
we get
Hey,
on
we're almost at
97.1
200
soon.
subscribers, by the way, so that's big. I think we're at 199. But we're almost at a
You
milestone
gonna stop
here, boys.
recording it or what?
Yeah, climb the ladder.
Yes, get us to
At
200,
42 in the
baby.
books. Yeah.
All right, fellas. Good work. We'll see you boys soon, eh?